I never booked auditions because I looked exactly like what they thought the role should look like. I booked auditions because I made something work. I booked my first sitcom job because of one decision I made in the audition. And it had nothing to do with how I looked. It was the objective. I had a strong objective. I was about a year out of grad school, still very new to the business. My agent called me with an audition for a syndicated sitcom called The Munsters Today, shot on the Universal lot. Now back then, you didn't go straight to producers unless casting already knew you. You started with what they called a pre-read. So I go in, I meet the associate casting director, and she says, "I know you." It turns out we went to high school together. Skokie, Illinois, over 10 years earlier. Okay, so maybe that helped get me to callbacks, but that's where the advantage ends. Because once you're in front of producers and a director, no one is risking their job for you. The director was Bonnie Franklin, Tony Award winner Bonnie Franklin, star of the groundbreaking sitcom One Day at a Time, a real presence. So now it's real. Here's all I get about the character. Man, mid-20s. That's it. No clues, no personality, no guidance to what they're looking for. Here's the story. Herman Munster gets fired. He opens a funeral parlor in what used to be a donut shop. His old boss comes in to gloat. And then I walk in. Herman thinks I'm his first funeral parlor customer. I'm there to order donuts.
I've got a pretty big order here. Think you can handle it?
No order is too big for the house of Herman.
Glad to hear it. I need 7 dozen donuts. 2 glazed, 2 cinnamon, and 3 crullers.
For the scene to work, Herman has to believe that I'm legitimate funeral parlor business. And the audience has to believe it too. Otherwise, there's no surprise, no joke. So the question becomes, how do you make a donut order feel like life or death business? Well, you give it a strong objective with high stakes. Not just order donuts, but this order has to be right. It has to be handled right now, and there are consequences if it's not. Real consequences. The urgency is what sells the misunderstanding. It allows Herman to fully commit to being a success in his new business, which makes his fall from grace even bigger. And comedy lives in that fall. The bigger the belief, the bigger the collapse, the bigger the laugh.
I've got a pretty big order here. Think you can handle it?
No order is too big for the house of Herman.
See how seriously I take something completely trivial. That's the work. That was the one moment in the audition where I felt everything fell into place. A strong objective, clear stakes. Yes, I had a connection to casting. That may have helped get me in the room, but it did not get me the job. I got hired because the scene worked. And during rehearsals, Bonnie Franklin kept talking about what a good actor I was. The crew told me she was saying it when I wasn't around. That doesn't come by accident. It comes from making a clear, playable choice. If you take nothing else from this video, your job in an audition is not just to play the scene. Your job is to make the scene work. And most of the time, that comes down to one thing, a strong objective. Not general, not vague, but specific, urgent, necessary. Because when that's in place and you start affecting the other character, that's when casting leans in. This is my audition coach. That lesson that I learned on the Munsters Today led to a lot more bookings for me, and strong objectives are still the first thing I look for when I watch auditions today. Let me know in the comments any questions you have for future videos. And don't forget to subscribe. These videos will give you the tools you need to deliver great auditions every time. And if you haven't already seen them, watch my other videos for more helpful audition tips. Let's do the work, then let it go.